Making a masculine card today. I've cut out a 5x7 or a 10x7 inch piece of craft cardstock and folded it in half at 5 inches to form the main card base. And I've got two mats. One is a nice mid-brown and the other is wood grain. The little tree is my favourite things die called Sheltering Tree. It's a dear little tree. It's got some nice embossing on it and some little stubby branches and some nice chunky little round leaves that go on it. I cut this tree twice from a Tim Holtz stencil backing. It was a nice rich brown with variations in the colour, so it cut the tree out very nicely. It's got a nice finish to it. The mat sizes are, the brown one is 4.5 by 6.5, and the tree, or the bark grain one, is 4.25 by 6.25. Just going to use some Tombow Mono to start adhering the layers down. Tombow's a good all-round glue to use for particularly this sort of thing. I really like to use a wet glue when I'm matting cards. I have a great trouble with double-sided tapes and other types of adhesive. They always grab far too quickly for me. I need to fiddle a bit to get everything straight, and there's nothing worse than misplaced mats. They always look wrong when you can't get it right. So wet glue is the glue I use. I think before I put this one down, I decided to do a little bit of edge distressing with some Tim Holtz Distress ink. This one's Gathered Twigs. It's a good mid-range brown. It's good for distressing. Really like the look of it. Certainly gets rid of that white cut line that you see on quite a lot of papers. Even ones that are double-sided can sometimes have a white core. And this just helps define the edge and give it a cohesiveness. I sometimes think, don't need to do that. I'll finish this quickly without doing that. And really, you regret it once you've made the card. You always wish you'd gone back and done it. Only takes a minute. A bit more Tombow. This video cuts out before the end. I'm still on a big learning curve. So this one cuts out just as I'm finishing the little tree. So I don't actually get it fully assembled. But all I have to do is pop the leaves and the bird onto the branches and attach the tree and I think the frame to the base of the card. And I do have a photo at the end that's shows you what it looks like, and you don't really need all that minute detail. There's a little frame that's from a paper tray ink die set called Fabulous Frames. I've just stamped Happy Birthday on that with my homemade platinum embossing powder that I made with a mixture of silver and gold. And here you see I'm just going to go around the little 2-layer tree with my Copic multi-liner brush tip pen. It's brilliant for doing the edges. I've also got a set of Stampin' Up markers that are certainly not in colours. They were about 5 years ago when I bought them, but they're still working just fine, and they've got a nice long brush tip. I don't have many Copic markers, so I often use the Stampin' Up ones to do this, to edge around fussy cut embellishments and bits and pieces. But the black looks good on this because of the little black frame. Otherwise I would have chosen a brown from the Stampin' Up box. The video cuts out here at the end. I as I said, the battery ran out, but really just the leaves need to go on the tree and glue it to the top of the little frame. I'll put a still photo at the end so you can see what the finished product looked like. And that's about it. Makes a nice little card. Thanks for watching. There it is. Catch you soon. Bye.